Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about 5 easy breathing exercises to stop stress and anxiety. If you are stressed out, if you're feeling anxious, these are great breathing exercises for you to do to help you lower that level of stress and anxiety. Now, we feel stressed for reasons and we feel anxious for reasons, but you want to lower that level of stress and anxiety, and then you can focus on eliminating those reasons. It's hard for you to eliminate the stressors and the things that make you anxious when you're already at this state of like super anxiety, super stressed out. You want to lower that level, and then you can think with your higher level thinking to relieve those things. Believe it or not, I myself in the past suffered from anxiety, severe anxiety, and I dealt with it in many different ways, but the way to permanently deal with it, or I should say long term, because you never really get rid of it forever. Anxiety is just part of our daily life because things make us anxious. You can never avoid any things that make you anxious, but what you can do is to deal with it in the long term is know how to deal with that feeling of anxiety or stress, and then you can deal with the stressor and get rid of it. Because I tried dealing with it when I was like, and it didn't work, right? So I had to bring myself physically lower to a less anxious, less stress level, and then I could deal with the stressors. And honestly, now I can comfortably say I lead the least stressful life that I can possibly lead and the least anxious life that I can possibly lead. So anyways, with that being said, let's get into these exercises. I'm sorry for the long intro, okay? But I really wanted to address it because trust me, I've been there. We're high level of anxiety, high level of stress. I've done that, and this is the way that you deal with it. Physically, bring yourself to a relaxed state, and then you can deal with the things, okay, that cause it. So number one, very simple, 10 deep breaths. Just literally take 10 deep breaths in and out. Doesn't matter nose, mouth, doesn't matter where you're breathing from. 10 deep breaths in and out. In an ideal world, you can close your eyes, imagine just pure blackness, relax, do it in silence, but that doesn't always happen. I do this after every shower. I shower at night, okay? After like the whole house is settled down, so it is as silent as a house can be with me, my wife, and our 4 kids. It's as silent as it can be, and I just take 10 deep breaths. Sometimes I do like 100 deep breaths, but at least 10 to just calm myself down. Very simple. I tell my kids if they're ever angry, or if they're ever like angry or on edge for one reason or another, I tell them, just take 10 deep breaths. I'm a full-time teacher. I tell my students, if they're ever angered, frustrated, just take 10 deep breaths. It works. It really does work. I know it's cliche, but it works. Just do it. Like 10 deep breaths. I don't need to demonstrate because, it's very simple. Okay. Number 2. Okay. So for number 2, is going to be breathing in through your mouth for 6 seconds and out through your nose for 6 seconds. So and what that does is it physically calms you down. I don't know if you noticed, but from before doing that one breath and now after doing that one breath, I feel like a different person. It just physically, I don't know how it does it in the brain or whatever, but it physically calms you down. Like, I'm not a scientist, but I do know that it works because I use it all the time, whenever I need to, okay? Very simple. Do it as many times as you need to. 10 breaths, 20 breaths, or for like a few minutes, but just do it until you feel calm. Sometimes I can calm myself down in 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Other times it takes like 10 minutes. You need to put in the time. If your body needs the time to calm down, to de-stress, to de-anxietize, if that's even a word, I don't think so, but we're gonna go with it anyways, then you gotta give it the time. However long it takes. Might be 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 minutes, whatever it takes. Just roll with it, okay? Number 3 is going to be box breathing. Now, box breathing is when you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold your breath for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then just go without breathing in for 4 more seconds. So it's going to sound like this. I'll use my fingers as a counter. Now, obviously, in a real life situation, I would do it much slower, but I don't want this to be like a 10-minute video for 5 breathing exercises. So I did it a little bit fast, but obviously in a real life situation, I would do it much, much slower. Box breathing, it is a like legendary thing that so many high level people, successful people do to calm themselves down, especially if you know you're gonna go into a situation that's fight or flight, you know you're gonna go into an anxious situation, a stressful situation. Box breathe before. This way, when you go into there, you're less stressed out. Honestly, it's crazy how it works, but these things actually work. Okay. Number 4 is alternate nostril breathing. So essentially, just take one deep breath in and out to start off. Okay, slower than that, obviously. And for alternate nostril breathing, you're gonna breathe in through one nostril, then out through the other nostril, then in through that other nostril, and then out through this nostril. So it's gonna look something like this. Give me a second. I'm in my driveway, I'm in my SUV, and I just, because my keys are in my pocket, I just opened the door to the van. I thought my kids or my wife was like, we're like playing with the key fob inside, and I realized I pushed it onto the seat. So I'm gonna close the door with the key. I think it's this one, this button right here. There we go, sorry about that. I was like, I don't know if you saw in the video, but I was like, what's going on here? But it was my own pocket. Anyways, where was I? Alternate nostril breathing, number 4. So like this, we're gonna go in through this nostril, so cover this. Then out through this one. In through that same nostril. Out through this one. In. Out. In. Out. Very simple, okay? Once again, in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out over here. So I know I maybe messed up the wording, but I think you get the idea. Okay, you're going to be alternating in and out. Very simple. You can do it with one hand, and as an added bonus, your nostrils, your sinuses will start to clear up a bit when you do that anyways, and obviously do it much slower. But like I said, I'm not here to bore you. I'm not here to make you less stressed or less anxious, especially because I talk at super speed. I'm not here to de-stress you or de-anxietize you. I'm here to show you how to do it, okay? So don't think that you're going to watch this video and maybe feel better. Hopefully you do, but I'm a very high energy, fast-paced person. So I might not make you less stressed, but I'm going to show you how to do it yourself, okay? That's why I'm doing things fast, but when you do it slow. Lastly, number 5 is belly breathing, okay? So one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Usually when you breathe, you're gonna breathe through either your chest or your belly, maybe back and forth, but you wanna try to get that air, imagine it, and visualize it going all the way down to your belly. So put your hand on your chest and your hand on your belly. Try and get your chest to stay in the same spot while your belly grows. So just like this. And then out. In. And then out. In. And then out. Now you'll notice what might happen is you're gonna breathe in through your belly, and then after you have a certain amount of air there, it's gonna start going into your chest. That's totally fine and normal, but you wanna just focus on getting your belly to get that air. That will relax you. Believe it or not, I don't know how it works, but it is very relaxing. I feel after doing those breathing exercises, even just showing you how to do them, I feel so relaxed. I just finished doing some trumpet videos before, and that was very like fast paced, playing the trumpet, going through the scales and so forth. And I was very, I like at this level, not of anxiety or stress, but of energy. And by doing those, I brought myself down just by showing you how to do them. So try it out. Honestly, it works. It's amazing. These breathing exercises are cliche. People are like, oh, I don't want to sit and meditate. That's fine. But then you can be anxious all that you want. Meditation doesn't necessarily help your anxiety, because meditation will help you see what's causing the anxiety, and then once you're calm, you can address it. These will reduce your stress and anxiety, but you need to address those things that are stressing you out or making you anxious. The reason I dealt with anxiety and high stress for so many years was because I didn't actually deal with those things. I just tried to meditate and work out, and those were great for allowing me to see what was causing it, but they didn't actually help me get rid of those things. It was only when I almost confronted my worst fear, my worst enemy, like I confronted those things, you know, the things that were causing me those feelings. I confronted them, not even in person, but I confronted them in here with myself, and I felt like amazing. And now I have the least amount of stress that I can have given my very, very busy lifestyle, and the least amount of anxiety that I can have given my very, very busy, high energy, high paced, fast paced lifestyle. But that's it, you know. I don't need to go into detail about what I have going on in my life, but I have a lot of things going on. And, you know, I would have been super anxious and super stressed out had I not dealt with it. I would be like so stressed out. But because I dealt with it, I'm able to coast through it at this fast pace, but coast through it without having any additional stress or anxiety. Until something stresses me out, then I deal with it again. Until something makes me anxious, then I deal with it again. That's all. And yeah, It's just a matter of learning how to cope and how to heal and how to deal. And that's it. And yes, we rhyme all the time on this channel. And that's why, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.